Copyright and fair use disclaimer. Christy M. Blanchard. It's all lies. Ethan never ever gets anything right. The landlord loves them. The only thing you're correct on is that Lifetime didn't rent the home. They did want to show the baby's face. Nothing to do with low ratings. Are you sure about that, Christy? Because we have on record, on video, via TikTok Live, Gypsy saying the opposite. Wasn't Christy the one that was leaking pictures to media and content creators? Also, Ken quit his job before anyone knew where he worked, meaning Dickie's, and he has a better paying job now. I have nothing against you, but I wanted to make the corrections. Have a blessed day. With Ryan Anderson 2 days ago coming on TikTok Live, ranting about Christy Blanchard because somebody in the comments mentioned her and mentioned Gypsy. He then did a poll to compare Ken and Christy and who was worse. Let me clarify. On top of him lying to everybody, he admitted last week, when he has been doing a live every single day for 2 weeks straight, that he lost a substantial amount of money on a gambling bet. He unsolicited called a woman a bitch. He clearly had children in his chat hiding behind fake accounts with generic pictures. He goes on to ignore anybody that offered him any kind of help about rehab, therapy, gambling addiction, where he can sell the red bottom shoes, but then pays attention to every single negative comment about Gypsy Rose. Then he goes on to insinuate with every single live, hours on end for 2 weeks straight, that he dares Ken to come to his door. And I said to him finally, you know what? That's getting really old, especially when he challenged you and you denied it. He refused to do the boxing challenge, but he still talks shit about wishing Ken had the balls to come to his door. He's constantly making snide and rude remarks, but calling women and children that are in the chat bitches and all these other derogatory names and blocking them simply for asking a real genuine question is disgusting. I know everybody else has noticed it, but Ryan is not only not well, but he is lying to people. Well, it didn't take much. One person just said one thing about Gypsy or Christy in the comments of the chat, and boom, he goes on a whole tirade of how it was all her fault. She's the one that destroyed their marriage, that she got the son-in-law that she really wanted, one that is not going to really marry Gypsy Rose, all because of a question and seeing somebody else in the chat say that Christy calls him no job Ryan. You know how everybody was calling Ken no job Ken? Yeah, that was what set him off. He doesn't even know Ken to hate him. He constantly is talking shit and making insinuations about Ken or Christy and never putting that blame on Gypsy. Gypsy is the one who left him. Gypsy is the one who cheated on him. Gypsy is the one who divorced him. Gypsy is the one who had a baby on him. And Ryan, this is why I say he's a hypocrite. He's over there making insinuations of Ken using substances, using AKA Snow, that he's an addict, that he's using in front of the baby, etc., etc. But Ryan was exposed by Gypsy for being on MAT, specifically methadone. No, there's nothing wrong with being on MAT. Almost 55 million American citizens out of 340 million American citizens total, aged 12 years and up, have substance use disorder. The problem is that Ryan Anderson in the last 2 weeks has lied to people. He has told them that he is sober. He has said verbatim that for 14 years, that medication saved my life, unquote, insinuating that he's no longer on that medication when he is. Also, on MAT or not, if you are overusing it, that you run out, that you have to buy it on the street, or that you have to share prescriptions with somebody else, that is addiction. That is active use. That is not sobriety in any way, shape, or form. He has lied and misled his audience, which is dishonest. Now, Ryan says that he reads all of his messages. Back in May, he received a message that gave him some information to somebody who manages a rehab and a doctor who runs a rehab, a wonderful facility in a couple different states. He's made over 370 cameos. Over 350 of those were made at $59.99 a piece. He dropped them down to $49.99 just in the last week and is talking about dropping them down to $20 again. He's getting a substantial amount of live gifts every night for the last 2 weeks as well. He's made, in just under 4 months, almost $22,000 off of Cameo and several grand just on live gifts from TikTok. He also slipped up and said that he lost a substantial amount of money on a sports bet, meaning that he's also not being honest about gambling. He's also refused people's messages about therapy or gambling addiction on where to seek or get help. And that's fine. He doesn't have to take anybody's help in any way, shape, or form. But it is dishonest. It is misleading. It is using people 100% to fund his life. He is manipulating people out of gifts by saying things like, I don't ask for it. I don't make nobody send me anything, but it is nice. I don't have a job right now. So you are guilt tripped. You are manipulated into giving him gifts, monetary gifts, when those monetary gifts is the sole purpose and reason that he is doing the lives to begin with. He began doing battles and marathons in the last month on TikTok Live as well to try and incite people to give more live gifts. And he once said that he would never do merchandise. And now he's saying for sure he is doing Team Ryan merchandise. The problem is the dishonesty, is the using and manipulating of people. If you need money and you want money, just say it. Then he had the nerve to call a woman a bitch unsolicited for no reason, forgets that actual kids and teenagers are in his chat, has the nerve to speak to a woman, so disgusting, and say things like, oh, I'm not really famous, but I'm way more famous than you are. I am not going to say that I am sorry for that disgusting behavior. He also displayed the disgusting behavior of telling people that were gifting him it's just a rose and a rose is only a penny, as if that's not good enough for him. He very quickly, with his big ego, forgot that people are not obligated to give him a fucking thing, especially when you are lying to, misleading, using, and manipulating those people. They are going to start to see that. Even I started to see that and get really turned off and say, you know what, can't support this anymore. And most people are like that. They'll support until they absolutely cannot support somebody at all anymore. Ryan Anderson is the guy who was married to a convicted murderer, who didn't even have a D-rate reality show for 2 seasons. Their marriage didn't even last 90 days, not even 50 before she started cheating on him emotionally. Yet it's been almost 19 months since she left him. He's not over it because of the rejection. And it's not because Gypsy Rose Blanchard left him for somebody else. It's because Gypsy Rose Blanchard took her money and her fame and her TV show and clout and her following with her when she left him. And Gypsy Rose is many, many things, but one thing she didn't lie about is him misusing his medication. A lot of people have pointed out in the last 2 weeks that he has nodded off many different times, and he self-admitted that he has been on methadone or was on methadone for 14 years, to which I tried to encourage him, are you off of MAT? Because if you are, you're less than 1% of all people that can get off of any kind of opiates or MAT. And you should share that experience. You could help millions and millions of people in the United States that are on MAT to get off of it if you were able to successfully do it. Nothing. He'll read the comment, but he won't reply because he knows he's still on it. And that's not the issue. The issue is misleading and lying to people. And he's doing the same thing by teasing that he has all of this information and tea about Gypsy and her family and all of these inside stories that he's never even told, that he'll write a tell-all book. Yet he gets mad when anybody mentions Gypsy, Ken, Rod, or Christy. But then he himself still teases like he still has all of these things that he could say but isn't. And then what makes him actually block me is when he starts derogatorily telling a woman that, oh, it's just a rose, it's only a penny. And I said, well, a penny saved is $1 earned, or in your case, a penny taken is $1 gambled. And that's what did him in. He can be a sarcastic asshole to everybody else and be funny all he wants and laugh at his own jokes all the time. But the one moment after 2 long years, somebody does it just one time to him, that's it. The ramping up the live gifts with, this is the part of the live for 3 whole hours. If you gift me anything, I'll say your name. If you gift me a big gift, I'll send you a message. He didn't like that I was being sarcastic and said, you have to pay me for my time. You should be paying us for sitting here and watching this shit. You should be paying us and messaging us, thanking us for being here. Nope, he's entitled. And yet he knows with his fragile little ego that every single person in that chat is in there in case he drops some kind of tea or goes off on some kind of rant regarding Gypsy or her family. That's why every few lives, that's exactly what he does. And some people speculate that he's still talking to Gypsy and she him, but I don't know. I don't think Ken was joking when he told her. Absolutely not. Done. You're done talking to him. And not only are you done talking to him, you're not bringing my daughter around him, or I will take her and leave. I think Ken really put his foot down when it comes to that. But speaking of, right on day 29, right before that 30-day, oops, you're going to lose this forever, she reactivated that TikTok. But it's not the only thing she reactivated, because she reactivated the Instagram account and she came back with a $2,000 wig. After buying a big play area and all kinds of stuff to go inside of it for baby Aurora, who is almost a year old, after a creator on TikTok named Ethan said that she was behind on her rent and was looking to be evicted. She comes back on both platforms and even raised the price of her deluxe subscriptions. Well, what happened to Blown Beauty Art? She had to have made enough money in the last 2 months to buy a really expensive wig, but also that mass unfollow event is still in effect because she's down almost another 20,000 over on Instagram. And from 10.3 million she was at her highest, she's down to 9.3 and declining. And I wasn't even the only person to say this, but I told you so. I told you. The way that she displays all of these psychopathic, sociopathic tendencies, and in my own opinion, I believe that she has borderline personality disorder because she clings on to relationships like she is deathly afraid of being abandoned or alone by a man. I knew that she could not let go of that number on both of those accounts because she needs that validation. I knew she wasn't going to let those accounts go. But she also joined a live panel where she's talking about all of these things and her reason why. Because her reason why is not she got off to have a private, quiet life for the sake of her daughter.
Okay, so I just got a new baby playpen. I already had one. I had a multicolored playpen from Target, but I really didn't like the fact that it was plastic, so I looked on Amazon and I found this playpen that is mesh. So let's unbox it. 2 hours later and I've gotten 1 panel done. And this is the finished product. I bought the mat as well as the blocks and the playpen all on Amazon, which I will link in this video. Okay, so all in all, I would say that it was a little difficult to put together just because I'm one of those kinds of people that like have to see a visual to put things together. So I did have to look at a YouTube video because the instructions were slightly difficult. But all in all, once you get the hang of it and you get the concept of it, it becomes kind of easy. So it's bigger than what I thought, but I'm still pleased with it and it looks great. So it's functional. It's a win.
Gypsy Rose is back on TikTok, and I'm going to show you a little snippet. And this is why I don't care for Gypsy, okay? Listen.
But just to have my account, because there's so many fake accounts, and sadly, there's some of my friends that even think that these fake accounts are me. And there's just so many of them. There's hundreds on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So I'm like, but there's only one with 9.4 million followers that.
See how she got quiet? She called herself. Gypsy just said that all her friends were falling for these fake accounts. They all thought they were her. But there is only one with 9 point some odd million followers. There's only one. So how the hell were your friends falling for these fake accounts when you yourself just said there is only one Gypsy Rose account with 9 point some odd million followers, and that is you? If you want to come back to social media, Gypsy, then come back. Stop using everything under the sun as a fucking excuse to come back. Stop using, oh, there's so many fake accounts, they're fooling my friends, so I just wanted to come back. That's not what you came back for. You came back because you wanted to, and you don't want to fucking admit it. You not being able to admit shit is why people they don't like you. You will say anything under the sun if it means not admitting that, hey, I did this, or hey, I want this, because you're scared of how other people will see you. And you should have been like, F everybody, yes, I did this, yes, I did that. If you'd have just owned it and stopped doing the shit like you just did in this live and blame you doing something on X, Y, and Z, if you'd just take accountability, take responsibility, people wouldn't have near as much shit to say about you. It's your constant need to push whatever is going on onto somebody else and say, well, that is why I had this reaction.
People are like, get off of social media, get off of social media. So I wanted to see, if I get off of social media, if I deactivate my accounts, will the haters stop talking about me and stop the harassment?
The harassment.
And then I heard about Operation Possum.
See, even her reasoning for getting off social media. I got off because they said if I got off social media, the haters would stop. It's never just because Gypsy wanted to do shit. And what the hell is Operation Possum? Because I ain't heard nothing about this. And as far as the haters continuing to talk, Gypsy, I'll tell you, with you off social media, we had a lot less to work with. I'm just saying, this ain't all alleged. Gypsy Rose said that shit. However, this is my opinion. And Gypsy, you may just need to take a little bit of it. I'm just saying.
Okay, so I just got a new baby playpen. I already had one. I had a multicolored playpen.
For a $2,000 wig, that's a really bad wig. And I love how her first video back on TikTok is like, you guys, look at all this stuff I bought. Like, I bought all this stuff. After she was just crying, she had no money for formula. Exactly, and she says that she left social media for her daughter, and I'm sure she's gonna say, well, I'm on social media so I can make money for formula. Like, Ken has to be the worst provider ever. Like, he is not providing for his family, clearly. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the last time we saw her, she was telling us that she's selling her paintings because she can't even afford formula. And then she comes back on TikTok with a wig that's over $2,000 and says, oh, I reactivated my TikTok on like the 29th day. So you're broke. Like, that's why you come back to TikTok. You do it when you're broke. Like, oh, I don't like her at all. It's crazy. It's the fact so many people still support her. Like, how do they not see it? And of course, Sheena had to be like, well, they're making money off of you, so why don't you? We're not making money. I'm not making money. Like, yeah, the scammers are making money because they're scamming people, but like, who the fuck is really making a lot of money? The answer is Gypsy, I guess, because this is the only job that she can get.
Man, sister.
Also, at the same time, it's kind of like, I also wanted to see if, people were like, get off of social media, get off of social media. So I wanted to see, if I get off of social media, if I deactivate my accounts, will the haters stop talking about me and stop the harassment? And then I heard about Operation Possum. So I said, you know what? I'm going to reactivate my account.
What's the
I'm not going to let them win. I am not trying to be an influencer like I used to try to do. I'm not doing all that. But just to have my account, because there's so many fake accounts. And sadly, there are some of my friends that even think that these fake accounts are me. And there's just so many of them. There's hundreds on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So I'm like, but there's only one with 9.4 million followers and everybody knows that is mine. So I'm like, I'm going to keep these accounts open just because it's like, that's the ones that are for sure people know is my account.
And not these fake ass people putting out shit every day that's fake.
Exactly.
Girl, this is what I got to say about all that. You need to be strong. You have to have bones to be on TikTok, and you cannot let these people run you off. Honey, please don't let that happen. I went looking for you. I love your content. I love your paintings. I was going to go buy a painting from you, and you were gone. I was like, no.
I mean, shit, Gypsy, look at me. I've lost 7 accounts.
I know.
7 accounts, you know? Just because being friends with you. Like, and speaking to you. And it's like, at the end of the day, man, like, these motherfuckers, they ain't getting rid of me. Not today, baby. They ain't getting rid of me.
I want them to know that I'm going to be the cockroach that they pest control and a nuclear bomb can't take out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to irritate the fuck out of you because I'm that bitch.
Yeah, bitch. You know what?
I hate cockroaches.
They don't leave me alone. Look, that's just like with me. I'm telling you, I have this person. I'm like, I'm about to make a video because I'm like, I want to explain to her like what you do. I don't care that you make these videos, but y'all wanted me to shut up about Gypsy, and I did. And why y'all still making videos? Like,
exactly.
Do y'all want me to bring it up? Don't make me pull out these motherfucking records on y'all ass.
Here's the thing that we all have figured out by now, and I'm not saying anything nobody knows. They try to make money off your back. And so they really don't want you gone because then they don't have their rent check to pay their rent. And I have watched, y'all know I've always told you Grace Under Fire because she's been here well over a year, 18 months or so, and has always stood with her head held high as she should and walked on. And I just sometimes think, man, I just admire such strength like that. I saw it in my daughter at one time, and I was just so like amazed. And I see that strength in Gypsy, and I see it in Bree, and many others here who've had to deal with some stuff. And we just still keep standing. I just said last night, they hadn't knocked you down yet. You're not in the ground. You're still standing.
Damn right.
You have every right, just like anyone else does, to live your life and to be on social media if you choose or to not be if you choose.
Yes, that's true, but it also has proven her to be a liar. Her own words, actions, choices, and behaviors, because she's the one who said over 8 different times since December 28th of 2023 that she was going private, she was deleting her public accounts, she didn't give an F about a following, she created whole brand new Instagram and TikTok just for her family and friends, that she cared more about her daughter than she did social media. When the truth and the fact is, she cannot live without the drama.
And you never give people your power.
Exactly. And I'm like, I don't want to give them my power, but also it's finding that middle ground that I have been searching for so long.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I want a more private life, but at the same time, it's like, how private can I really go? Right. Just, I mean, as is, you know, when I go anywhere, I go shopping, you know, I still get people come up to me wanting a selfie with me, and that's fine. But it's like, how private can I possibly be? It's like, I have been trying my damnedest to be as private as possible.
And you were private. Your problem is that you're not content. Ever. You're not happy without the attention, without the clout, without that following. You are not satisfied with being private. You crave the drama, the bullshit. Everybody moved on and did not give a fuck. And right when Ethan or Ryan or other people say certain things, then she comes back. Like she's got to dispel every rumor. It's all a deflection because everything she's ever said has been proven by herself to be a lie. She loves the drama and she needs it to exist. That's exactly where I'm at after 2 years.
Everybody make money off of my name but me.
Yep.
I'm coming back and I'm making some money on TikTok.
You damn straight, girl.
Damn
That's right.
straight.
You won't shut up, and neither will I.
There you
Well,
go.
I'm just going to let you know I'm very proud of you. Everything that you have done, and Gypsy, I didn't even know how I felt in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then I see the progress that you're making. You're making a beautiful family. I love your family.
Thank you. I love them too.
She loves her daughter so much that she gets off social media, off of all of these really large platforms that she has, goes private, has a private life, and the first thing she does is come back, renege on that, not give a fuck about her daughter's privacy, and put her daughter in a video because she knows that that baby gets her more attention than her videos dancing into a vacuum cleaner or singing Disney songs will.
Worst moments I think that I have been off of parole have been because I've been drunk.
Did you guys notice she catches herself and she makes sure to say, after I was off parole, all my worst moments were because I was drunk? Because one of her worst moments when she was drunk, she had to have been drunk, was when she said, Ryan, get a therapist, you're spiraling out of control. Come on, you were clearly drunk in that video, but she'll never admit to that because she was on parole still.
Man, sister.
Also, at the same time, it's kind of like, I also wanted to see if, people were like, get off of social media, get off of social media. So I wanted to see if I get off of social media, if I deactivate my accounts, will the haters stop talking about me and stop the harassment?
Brie looks different. I don't know. I can't really tell. I'm not going to speculate on if she's lost weight, but clearly her hair looks like it's more blonde. And she actually looks good as a blonde. I like her naturally curly hair myself. But yeah, otherwise what Gypsy just said is not true. If she got off of social media because she wanted to see if the haters would shut up, she just proved that her reason for why she got off social media to protect her daughter's privacy is a lie. And she also just proved that the haters and what they say about her is all she thinks about.
And then I heard about Operation Possum. So I said, you know what? I'm going to reactivate my account.
What's the
I'm not going to let them win.
So there she goes with another inconsistency and lie, that she came back to TikTok specifically because one user on TikTok keeps making sarcastic videos about Operation Possum. Her perfect excuse to dive right back in and to create more drama. Her perfect excuse to use somebody else and to say that they started it and that they were doing all of this to her and that's why she had to come back. So which one is it? And all these people placating her and kissing her ass don't ever stop and say, hey, wait a minute. So which one is it? You need to clarify.
I am not trying to be an influencer like I used to try to do. I'm not doing all that. But just to have my account, because there's so many fake accounts, and sadly there's some of my friends that even think that these fake accounts are me. And there's just so many of them. There's hundreds on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
And there is absolutely nothing you're ever going to be able to do about all of those spoof accounts. Everybody gets spoof accounts. People with no followers get spoof accounts. A lot of times, those spoof accounts can be kids, it can be trolls, it could be, who knows, some of them can even be Gypsy Rose Blanchard or her family, friends. They can be set up by a manager or a PR company to artificially inflate how important somebody is or looks because they have all these spoof accounts. I have seen kids with not even 10 followers have spoof accounts made of them or have their videos or photographs stolen. Over 15 years ago, I had somebody spoof my accounts on both MySpace and Facebook. Not just one, but dozens of them. There is 8 billion people on planet Earth. And believe it or not, a lot of those people can be in the Middle East or in Asia or in Africa, and they might just be borrowing your photos or your videos and making a spoof account and hiding behind it. That is not isolated to Gypsy Rose Blanchard because she thinks she's so famous. Everybody gets that at one point or another, especially if you're on an international platform like TikTok and you have any kind of following or views.
So I'm like, but there's only one with 9.4 million followers and everybody knows that is mine. So I'm like, I'm going to keep these accounts open just because it's like, that's the ones that are for sure people know is my account.
And not these fake ass people putting out shit every day that's
I don't know exactly who she's referring to here.
fake.
Exactly.
Girl, this is what I got to say about all that. You need to be strong. You have to have bones to be on TikTok, and you cannot let these people run you off. Honey, please don't let that happen. Look.
The ass kissery is not only so dishonest, it is unbelievable. The drama and the coming on and off, on and off, on and off social media. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Gypsy's good friend, Adaptive Kate. It is narcissistic, sociopathic, very telling behavior. What Gypsy doesn't like is the fact that people have been documenting this negative pattern of behavior. What Gypsy doesn't like is not having the control over that, not having the control over the drama. She is the one who chose to go off of social media. Nobody put a gun to her head and made her do it. Isn't that what she said about Nick?
Thank you for you. I love your content. I love your paintings. I was going to go buy a painting from you, and you were gone. I was like, no.
I mean, shit, Gypsy, look at me. I've lost 7 accounts.
7 on TikTok alone? Is that right? You have to violate to lose an account, first of all. She had says Bree backup, says Bree backup, Bree Unfiltered 2, Bree Unfiltered 3, Bree with the facts backup, Bree with the facts something backup, Free Bree, something about loving a strawberry, Bree with duh accounts. Is that 7 or is that more than 7? She has lost a lot of accounts, but you have to actually violate to lose an account. And I don't agree with mass reporting anybody, not even Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Mass reporting itself is a violation of TikTok's community guidelines and standards.
No.
There's 7 accounts, you know, just because being friends with you, like, and speaking to you. And it's like, at the end of the day, man, like, these motherfuckers, they ain't getting rid of me. Not today, baby. They ain't getting rid of me.
I want them to know that I'm going to be the cockroach that they pest control and a nuclear bomb can't take out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to irritate the fuck out of you because I'm that bitch.
Vocally speaking and with her vocabulary, what is she doing? Is she appropriating a whole different culture and race now? What? Since when did Gypsy talk like that? Or has she always, and that's just the real Gypsy coming out? The cockroach that isn't going anywhere. Girl, you never went anywhere to begin with. Who do you think you are fooling?
Well, you know what?
I hate cockroaches. They make me sick.
Look, that's just like with me. I'm telling you, I have this person. I'm like, I'm about to make a video because I'm like, I want to explain to her, like, what you do. I don't care that you make these videos, but y'all wanted me to shut up about Gypsy, and I did. And why y'all still making videos? Like,
she ain't lying. She did shut up about Gypsy.
Like, do y'all want me to bring it up? Don't make me pull out these motherfucking records on your ass.
Here's the thing that we all have figured out by now, and I'm not saying anything nobody knows. They try to make money off your back, and so they really don't want you gone because then they don't have their rent check to pay their rent. And I have watched. Y'all know I've always told you.
Since I'm doing commentary and reaction video under fair use, I'm just going to allow you to listen to what Sheena is saying and conclude your own thoughts and opinions.
Grace under fire because she's been here well over a year, 18 months or so, and has always stood with her head held high as she should and walked on. And I just sometimes think, man, I just admire such strength like that. I saw it in my daughter at one time, and I was just so amazed, and I see that strength in Gypsy, and I see it in Bree and many others here who've had to deal with some stuff.
And nobody on any social media platform on their channels with their hard work and their content, their videos, their engagement, their community, their friends, their followers, their subscribers, should anybody have to do with any kind of harassment, deal with any kind of threats, any kind of violence, any kind of doxing, all of that is disgusting. And if anybody has to deal with that kind of thing, do exactly what I have always told people to do. First thing first, you need to go to the FBI cybercrime unit and you need to file a report. That you need to go to law enforcement and file a police report. Do it as many times as you have to do it. You know what they say, if you don't document it, then it didn't happen. Meaning that you have to document it to have that proof. And if anything does happen to you in the future, there you go. Especially if it is something criminal or civil. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Everybody has the right to be on social media. Even if people don't like it or don't agree, that is a constitutional right.
And we just still keep standing. I just said last night, they hadn't knocked you down yet. You're not in the ground. You're still standing.
Damn right.
You have every right, just like anyone else does, to live your life and to be on social media if you choose, or to not be if you.
Now, this is where the short clip that I have prior to this is where it repeats and this is where it picks back up. So my same commentary and reaction applies.
Choose. And you never give people your power.
Exactly. And I'm like, I don't want to give them my power, but also it's finding that middle ground that I have been searching for so long.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I want a more private life, but at the same time, it's like, how private can I really go?
Right.
I mean, as is, you know, when I go anywhere, I go shopping, you know, I still get people come up to me wanting a selfie with me, and that's fine. But it's like, how private can I possibly be? It's like, I have been trying my damnedest to be as private as possible. Everybody make money off of my name, but me.
Yep.
So I'm coming back and I'm making some money on TikTok.
You damn straight, girl. You damn straight.
You won't shut up, or neither will I.
There you go.
I'm just going to let you know I'm very proud of you. Everything that you have done, and, you know, Gypsy, I didn't even know how I felt in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then I see the progress that you're making. You're making a beautiful family.
But has she made any progress when she's still doing the same exact pattern of negative, bad behavior all the time? Getting bored so quickly and engaging and creating all of this drama that she cannot live without? Is that really growth? Because nobody out there in the world is going to buy that unless they see substantial change.
I love your family, you know.
Thank you. I love them too.
Let me know down in the comments what you think about Gypsy Rose Blanchard coming back to TikTok and Instagram. And I will leave you on these words of wisdom.
She taught me how to be a good liar, a very good liar without any conscience. Honest, you know, my attorneys, even that, I haven't been completely honest with them. So. Call a spade, honey. Keep making content.
I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Please like and share. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button. God bless you all.